Hey, this is Tim Rogers with the Dodgers 2080 Prospect Report. We got a lot of stuff to cover today. The day started, well, the news were said, hey, Tim, you need to cover today. Um, of course, came with the news that Miguel Vargas was optioned to AAA. And then the draft coverage has been happening, so that's very exciting stuff. You got to dig that. Um, so, hey, Sal, good evening. Um, we have two new players that are hopefully with the Dodgers. I'm gonna switch glasses out, get the old bifocals on. Um, yeah. So the good thing about the draftees is we're gonna see them at Rancho by the what do you think? August, was it last year? Yeah, it was around August. We'll start seeing them, and we'll cover some of the transactions also. But we'll first. Hey, Michael, how you doing, man? Um, you know, so let's be straight up. It sucks not having baseball games tonight or today for the Dodgers. Um, yeah. Oh, yeah. You only heard about the first draft pick. Okay. We will. There's the second one, third baseman. I'll get to him. Um, so we'll because we don't have Dodger baseball, we need to talk. Today, there was 3 games I was tracking plus my fantasy team. The Giants winning with Logan Webb going CG destroyed my fantasy team. The Padres winning is never, I don't look forward to that. Hepatitis C later. Yeah, we do have a lot of shortstops out there. We'll talk about a couple of them even as we go. And then, but we did get the Diamondbacks losing, most importantly, and the Dodgers are technically in first place going into the All Star break. If you would have told me that the Dodgers would have this many injuries to the pitching staff, every starter's been injured. Every one of them. They've been hurt. And they're in first place. Diamondbacks have had very little injury issues. Same with the Giants. They got a few. Padres have had just bad play. They've had injuries here and there, but in general, their starters have been good. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think Padres are still a team to beat in this division. It's not the Diamondbacks yet. I like the Diamondbacks though, and I don't think it's the Giants. Even the Giants are going to hold on. They're going to be good. They're going to be solid. Farhan knows how to build a team really well. He knows how to find those dudes that can just come out of nowhere. See Max Muncy, see Chris Taylor. He was not JT. He didn't get him. But let's talk first about Vargas, and then we're going to dive right into the draft. I take it a little personal, and it's just that's kind of the way it is. I've known Mickey since 2019. I got a chance to chat with him, just to say hi, basically on Thursday night. Good to see him. But the Dodgers need to make decisions. It's been 3.5 months, and was it about 90 games or so, close to 89, 90 games, and sending him down, I think, is going to help him. Lets him reset. The guy's a really good ball player. I just really believe in that. So I don't know. I don't think it means Bush is coming back, Mike. I think that Chris Taylor's coming back. He was rehabbing at Rancho tonight and did hit a home run. Did make an error though too, but I expect to see a lot of Chris Taylor at second base. I expect to see more Mookie there too. Anytime there's a righty out there, you're going to have Peralta in left, probably Outman in center, who's doing much better now, and Jason Hayward in right. And yeah, makes sense. So Mookie will go to second or short. How about that? Dave Roberts, when I at the post game that I was at, specifically shouted out Mookie with his versatility. If you ever have a chance, take a look at the interview. I just think it's great how Mookie is a superstar, and he's one of the best players in baseball, but he's out learn to play shortstop and second base. I know he did it when he was younger, but this is at the major league level. He is playing these positions, and it's frankly awesome. And it really the versatility that it brings to the team is really important in that way. Sorry about that. Yeah, we've got those types of guys like that, and Taylor brings some more versatility. The only way Bush would come back maybe is if they decide that they want to really load up on the platoons and they drop Joni Hernandez, everyone's favorite. Seems to be he's the flavor of the day. But I don't know. We'll see about that. Move some things around so I can see the stream. It's really been a nice stream today. I really appreciate you all joining. And I know probably it's just, hey, we're bored, folks. So on Miggy, I think he'll be back. I think he will contribute this year in September, maybe earlier. But it's going to give him some, it's just he needs time. I think he's got an excellent hit tool. He's just, I don't know what it is. I just want him to not listen. To be honest, I don't want him listening to coaches. I want him to just do what he does. There's no reason to mess with that guy. He's not a full maintenance swing guy. JD Martinez he's looking at everything. It's not the quote most natural thing for him. Same with Outman. They're just learning. A couple other things with that. I hope they continue Miggy at second. I think he looks good there. And they've been playing Bush plenty at third. Yeah, I really miss watching Dodgers baseball. And we just saw it yesterday, but it just seems like they should have been playing today, and it's gonna be really weird tomorrow. I mean, I look forward to the home run contest. I saw it live last year. That was a blast. The All-Star game is it's a meh now for me. Last year was great because I was there, but also because Kershaw started something that was well-deserved. Yeah, hepatitis C later. I don't like the 36 pick. We'll talk about that. There's a comparison out there that a lot of you are going to freak out about if you've been around a while. But if you have any thoughts on Miggy, I still, like I said, I still believe in him big time. There it is. Michael put it out there. Juan Pierre type. Oh, we don't want to hear that. I don't think, and I don't get that. So, or I get it. I mean, I actually do get it. Let's hope it's not true. Let's talk about him. So, the first draft choice the Dodgers have is Kendall George. First pick for the Dodgers was pick 36. Now, just FYI, one of the things I do need to do, I need to monitor. I'm monitoring the Dodgers PR. They last year they had Billy Casperano do a quick overview of the draft, and if that happens, I'll dial off and get information and probably come back on and talk about it. Let's see, Dodgers. Sorry about this. PR. Is that it? Yeah. So I'm not seeing anything yet. That's not it. Shoot. Oh well. We'll figure it out. Keep my notifications on. All right. So, yeah. So a few more. This is really good from Sal. It's funny how some channels talk down about Vargas, but they forget how Lux, Smith, Seager, Belly, and they all had mixed things, right? Lux was terrible his first couple years. 2021 started to come around. 2022 was good. And then he got hurt. Smith, Seager, and Belly, they kind of hit the ground running. Jock Peterson a little bit and off and on. Mike Trout, I like to use him as a great example. He was terrible when he first got called up. So let's talk about these ball players. Here we are. So yeah, we have Kendall George, who, let's look at the grades. So hit tool, I say right now, is a 55. Power is a 30, so that's pretty low. Run is an 80. I've actually heard it's like if they allowed it, it's a 90. He is super fast. Arm is a 40. Field is a 60. Overall 50. So Juan Pierre was not an 80 runner. He was fast, but not that fast. And he had a bit worse arm. This kid's only 18. I believe he's still only 18. Yeah, he's still 18. So he turned. Wait, yeah, he's still 18. Coming out of high school, lefty. So he is a center fielder from Texas. I don't know where this is at. At Tuscaloosa. Yeah, so they're talking about a little comparison there with Jaron Kendall. So Jaron also is very fast, but also more of a power hitter. So a guy like Kendall George, who doesn't have that big power, he better have some contact. So hit tool being 55 is good. I don't believe Jaron's was 55 coming out. I think it was a lot lower. The power was really strong though. But hey, get ready to see him at Rancho in August. Sometime in August, maybe early September, but we'll see him. Just a high school kid. Born in 2004. Holy smokes. Lord. Oh my gosh. So lefty, center fielder all the way. Obviously plays some left field, but with the arm, not right field. The stolen base is back. Let's be honest. Stolen base is back. And I like that part of the game. I wish it wasn't dumb rules that brought it back. I just wish it was back because I think stolen bases are a very exciting part of the game. Our next guy. They're in the round 2. So pick 60, I think it was. Jake Geloff. Let me see if I got that right. So I actually have this little YouTube thing of his. We'll take a quick look at that.
22 home runs. Did he get 23? Back in left. See ya. Over the bleachers in left. For Geloff. His 23rd home run of the season.
Geloff. And then he also played. Chris Newell he's from Virginia. He went to Virginia, University of Virginia. Chris Newell went there, who's been really good this year. And then Brandon Neek, also drafted. So 2 guys drafted from Virginia last year. And I swear Madison Jeffrey was there. So the Dodgers seem to, like Virginia and Louisville. I'm sure they're going to grab a Louisville guy sometime this draft. They always seem to. They've had a lot of success with that last year with Dalton Rushing, of course, with Will Smith, Devin Mann. It's a factory for them. And I'm probably missing somebody. Of course I am. But yeah, a power hitting third baseman. Let's take a look at, back to the bio. So he's 21, birthday 2/25, 2002, 6'1", 195. Hits a 50, powers a 60. You saw him hit that ball out there. He hit that ball out of the stadium. Runs a 40, arm 55, that's good. Field 55, overall 50. So, I guess his older brother was drafted, so they spend way too much time talking about that. The dude can hit. It says he has an aggressive approach, looking to do damage, tap into huge raw power. So that's definitely a Dodger guy. Maybe he's the future third baseman. I don't know. I still think it's Michael Busch. I'm just saying. Let's see. We'll see the Dodgers draft and develop a really good switch hitter. Yeah, they got Bubba Aline. He's a switch hitter. He's struggling a little bit this year. Alex Freeland, who they got in the 3rd round last year, he is a switchy. And that might be a guy to watch. He's a shortstop. He could be third baseman. I don't know. But yeah, last year's draft was the shortstop draft. There was, there's him. Jose Zara, Sean McLean, who's his brother's the one that's killing it over on the Reds, but Sean just got activated with Rancho, so he's back. Nico Perez, who I haven't seen yet. There's another one or two. I mean, just well, if you want to count Chris Campos, he would call himself a shortstop also, but he's a pitcher now. Let's go take a look back at Kendall. I keep wanting to call him Jaron. Let's see. 3.4 seconds. He's fast. La la la. Now they talk Juan Pierre again. He's built for contact. He manages the strike zone well. That's good. He's going to need to do that. He's out of 10 pounds as a high school senior. Still lacks strength and power, but he's only 18. He's growing. Miguel Vargas. Yeah. He's young, but let's do that. Let's take a quick look at it's not going to let me just cut and paste that. Yeah, he's doing well. You see Friedman making side trades for international draft guys from other teams. Well, maybe. I mean, that's kind of one of the theories I heard of why they did the whole Jordan Alvarez type thing with him. That was it. So the international draft, or not the draft, right? It's still not a draft, but the thingy is there's a salary cap there straight up. So they might need to do that. As long as it's legal, just don't get busted. All right, let's take a look at this young man, all 17 years old, born in 2005. Good Lord. In the DSL. So, he's on that Bautista team I think they've lost one game out of 25 or something absurd like that. 347 batting average, on-base percentage. Ooh, something's going on there. On-base percentage of 480 with a slug of 560. Yeah, baby. And I saw this, I think, from Jay Thomas. 20 walks, 15 Ks. That's good. It's very unbaseball these days. I look forward to seeing him at Rancho next year. That's what I see. I think he's going to follow the path of Josue De Paula, who was DSL last year, and then went to the ACL. First of all, he went to the Instructs, and then he went to spring training, basically extended spring training, then went to Rancho. This is going to happen with our guy here, Mr. Vargas. Now, I don't know about his language skills. That kind of can matter to some of these guys. He's from the DR. Josue speaks English. I mean, I've got an interview with him. He speaks great English. I don't know about this young man. Sometimes that can hold him back a little bit. Yes, Josue is doing all right. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Michael's thing here. If there's a guy who I don't want the Dodgers to trade for the next for blank season, I can't read. Season, it's De Paula. I agree. I think I'm going to say it on this podcast. I may have said it before. I've actually told a couple others, like Doug McCain and stuff. I think De Paula is going to be their number one prospect soon. And I think he is also possibly the Dodgers' number one untouchable. Yes, I went there. There's something special. Go look at his swing, the lack of movement, and that's good. There's not a lot of mechanics going on in there. It's just nice and smooth. Everything's tight. There's no huge stride. There's no big head movement. The only head movements at the very end when he's striking the ball is, then he's fine. But other than that, everything's right. It's tight in that kind of that rectangular box where he's standing. So I think that with De Paula, we just gotta he just turned 18, so I'm not expecting a ton of miracles from him, but I also go, well, I think he's really good. Let's pull up the Rancho roster really quick. I want to take, so they've got, there he is, DePaula, Josue, and it's Josue, not Josue, not Josue. Okay, as an 18-year-old, 118 at bats, 31 hits, one dong, hitting 263, 356 on base, and 746 ops. So let's go to the further stats here. Sorry about the ads there. The MILB website's tragically bad. So the walks, he's got 11 with 23 Ks. The Ks are high. That's going to change. If you look what he did last year in DSL, it's again Batista, right? Same place as the Yoendris Vargas. 349, 448, 522, 32 walks, 31 Ks. He's got an eye. It's a gift. Josue, DePaula is an outfielder. It looks like a bit of center field, but probably more right. He's got a strong arm. And so when, Mookie Betts is second base, DePaula's in right. Now there, if he hits, he's going to play. So I one of the reasons I want to interview him quick, I just think he could move very fast. We'll see. He's off to 263 is not a slow start, but it's not, he's not knocking everything down, but he will. We haven't looked at the transactions in a while, so let's do that. I'm going to leave that open. So the best way to get to the transactions for yourself to see every flipping transaction, I just go to the transactions off of the Quakes thing, and then you could just see the Rancho ones. Let's take a quick look at those. So Taylor was there today. They put Nevin back on the injured list. Kind of a bummer. Sean McLean's back. And then Roque Gutierrez pitched today well. Gabe Emmett's been awesome. There's an article on Dodgers2080.com on him. I'm not sure about this shortstop, Luis Guerra. Let's take a quick look at him, but just another one. When was he signed? Okay, we got him in 2021. And nothing standing out yet. DePaula, yeah, he's going to get in the top 10. I think he's going to be possibly the top prospect in baseball within 2 years. The comparison's Juan Soto. Okay, I'm just being honest. The eye, that batting eye that helps Juan to really get his pitch and to lay off stuff. I think with an automated zone, I don't know if that would hurt or help those guys. I think Soto does get some extras because of his reputation, but he's earned it. He really has a good eye. But then you go here and you go up to this thing here to see more. Once you get past all the terrible ads, hit LAD transactions. And this shows all the transactions within the system. And so we see the bad news about Vargas there. We also see Brian Hudson get option. If you look at that guy, man, he looks like Blake Snell, except without the South Park vibes. I met him. What a nice guy. Really good dude. And then you see CT3 going to Rancho. They're going to hit their, I think they hit their All-Star break also. Then we got some other things. I'm not, it goes all the way down to the Dominican Summer League. Jan Castro, and I heard he had a nice start from Dodgers Daily. Again, there's Sean and just some other guys, some guys from the restricted list and all these different players. Someday these guys are good. Robbie Pato got promoted to Oklahoma City. He only had like one game at Tulsa and then got promoted. And so you could see these other ones. So it's always something to take a look at. To go, okay, who are these guys? Let's see who this Orlando Pacheco is. I know we're kind of just going here. Didn't have any stats, so okay. All right, he is 18. So he's, okay, they got him from Venezuela. Another Venezuelan catcher. Can never have enough. Never have enough. Yeah, I mean Josue. Yeah, he did start slow, and he's coming around. You know, they keep him. Um, they keep him at the top of the order for a reason, even when he was slumping. Real quick, um, shout out to John Rooney, getting promoted to AAA. Um, Nicky Senzel. Do the Reds? I know they're kind of going. We're done. We're kind of done with him, but is that a guy that, from an offensive perspective, makes a difference? I don't know. I really don't. Because I think that's what you, at the end of the day, with Vargas going down, and they could go. I think that Vargas going down opens up things more in terms of going, well, we're going to go get another righty bat that plays outfield, or maybe maybe infield. Maybe Senzel is that guy if he plays a good enough second. I am going to pull up the teams. Because somebody, his name is Gavin Stone, had a really good outing today. Great to see. I missed Gavin though. When I covered that game, just missed him. I met Emmett Sheehan. What a great guy. Nick Robertson, if you didn't see, I had an interview with him after he struck out the side. Let's see, Michael Bush had a dong. Started at third base. That's what we want to see. We need to see him there. Devin Mann. Speaking of right-handers. Let's see. I wonder how Dahl's doing overall. 2 for 4. And it's that guy. Cole Calhoun's been pretty darn good. Who knows if someone lefty goes down. So Gavin Stone. This is, look at that. Just look at that. Let's look at the pitches. 79 pitches, 61 strikes. Okay, that's more like it. He found something. So I thought he was pretty good against the Pirates. I know it was a little rough, but I think he just proved something to himself that he could do it, get out of stuff. So Gavin Stone, 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs, no walks, 8 Ks. And of course, Eric Stevens' favorite thing, the 3-out save. Justin Hagenman gets the 3-out. He gets the 3-inning save. I've Eric Stevens from True Blue LA. I've met him a couple times at Dodger Stadium. He's a really good dude. He's just clever. You got to follow that guy's Twitter page. He's just funny. He knows how to put words together like most of us can't. And he's fun. And so it was Gavin. Let's look at the back of the batters really quick. So Drew Avens, 2 for 4. Bush, 1 for 5. David Freitas, he's been really good. 322. He plays catcher. And he's hitting like that. So I wonder if he's good defensively. Cole Calhoun, Ryan Ward, Devin Mann, Dahl. What's his last name or first name? Jeez. There's Omar Dahl. David Dahl, that's it. Oh, man. The big question. And that's why I kind of poked at Freitas there. Austin Barnes. He's just not hitting. And it looks to me like, Will Smith is doing a great job back there. But you can't have just one catcher. Yeah, negative OP. Yeah, he's really, right now, he's the worst hitter in baseball. It's not even close. Let's see. I'm getting some really good questions. Let's go through them one at a time. So Sal's talking about, so with the Barnes thing, I don't know, man. He's so respected on that team. I'd like to see a phantom injury. I'm just saying. Let him go down, do a rehab, 20 game rehab at OKC, get his swing back, come back and be a really good backup catcher, which he used to be. Okay, Sal, I know. He said he feels Stone and Bush will be playing for a different major league team when the trades start. That could happen. Now, at the moment, Stone's value is a little bit down. I think I don't know if you sell low on him, but who knows? It depends on what you're getting. And Michael Bush is, I think, a legit player. It's theories like from some of the other folks out there about why they keep Bush down is they don't want to hurt his value any further. The guy's got nothing left to prove in AAA. I think Stone does, and he's going to help us by the end of the year possibly. So, yeah, I mean, put it this way: they're not going to go and trade for Tim Anderson and give up either of these guys. But if it's Giolito and another part, maybe one of them would go. Yeah. And then, okay, so we'll go to, is it time to sell on Cartaya? Because we already got rushing. That's a good question. I think you keep both for a while longer. Let them develop. Unless they don't think that there's an upside for one. I believe that there is, and there will be a need for that second catcher coming up to pair with Smith. This is so true. Austin Wynns has done more for LA than Austin Barnes this season. I know he threw out a runner and got a hit, right? Yeah. Yeah, Stone. Okay, I can't. I'm not familiar at the good values on the baseball trades. At that 20s, isn't that a little low? I thought. So the question, and Doug McCain's doing some real good series over at Dodgers Nation about players that he thinks they should be looking at. And I did something a few days, more than a week ago now. I would like Giolito, and he's a free agent at the end of the year. I don't want to give up the future. I agree with this. So if Ha-Seong Kim were available and the Padres are willing, he's the only one I'd want for sure. Yeah, he's not available, and he's definitely not available at the Dodgers. That dude is being wasted by the Padres playing at second base. He is their best shortstop, and it's not close. It's an ego thing. Bogart should be a first, and Cronenworth should be a second. But not my team, not my problem. There was probably promises made to Bogarts at the beginning, when they signed. Now, my question is, hey, did you know about your wrist being hurt before you signed that contract? So I don't know. It's still a mess there, but I think they're still a really good team. There's so much talent there. I think LA will trade Cartaya after a year in AAA like they did with Ruiz. Yeah, I think the difference though between these two guys is, Ruiz I looked at is more of a possible average hitter, higher average, on base type guy, with less power. Cartaya is a legit power hitter, with real power, and I think, I'm biased. I never met Ruiz, but Cartaya really just shines as a human. Would you take Scherzer back for a non-hefty prospect package? Not after what I saw what the Padres did to him. I would, yeah. The only way I'd take him back is if they paid for his salary and gave us some guys, because he's just not that. He's, you reach a certain point, there's something there. Can he burn innings? Yeah, but I'm not paying millions of dollars, $40 million to burn innings. That's an ace, So if there's an ace out there, or we can, now if they want to package them up, something like, I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'd almost rather have Verlander than Scherzer, but same problem. They're both just. Oh yeah, Sasaki with the rookie Sasaki. Yeah. I think the Dodgers are going to be hot and heavy after players of Japanese heritage this offseason. Yeah, I think Scherzer, he got Manny got him got a 3-run dong off him in the first inning. He's just, and he's going to burn out. And I think it just doesn't make sense. And I don't see the Mets giving up, really. I don't think they can. We'll see. Let's see. Mets will probably include a ton of money. Yeah. I'm just not giving up any prospects for Scherzer unless, I wouldn't. Dylan Cease for Cortea. I think you got to do that. I think that's Dylan. You give me Dylan Cease and we're talking. But let's talk. A lot of guys are on the table for that versus Giolito, who's a free agent. Cease, I think, has got another year or two. Yeah, Dodgers need high K percentage guys in the postseason. Gosh, they do. They just don't have it. None of their rotation. I mean, Kershaw's the best guy. Even if you look at Bobby Miller and stuff, but I think they do have these power guys. With Sheehan and Miller, we'll see. We'll see how much they can go. During the season, there's innings. Cease for Cartaya makes a lot of sense. The White Sox are, Gismani is leaving. He's going to be a free agent. I hate to say it, but what about Grandal as the backup catcher? Just saying. Make something happen. Yeah. I really want to keep him in LA, and the only way I trade Cartaya is if it's something like a Dylan Cease. That's kind of the low end of what I'd do with him in terms of. I don't go any lower than that in terms of quality to get him or to trade him. Gratterall needs to go. I just don't want to see him in clutch situations. There's so many tools there, and he's so athletic. He's got to watch out. He's got to watch out his fielding wise. He's going to kill somebody, and he hurts himself out there trying to make too many plays. Yeah. They just. Yeah. Yeah. No. With Gratterall, him going out and playing defense the way he does is insane. Let the guys play defense behind you. Quit trying to make these spectacular plays. If they really wanted him to do it, they put him at shortstop. And they're not going to do that. He is very athletic, though. And, I'm a fan. I like the guy. And I think there's a lot of tools there, but I just, gosh, why can't he get more extension? Freeman needs to get at least 2 bullpen arms. I agree. I think they need two bullpen arms and 2 starters. I think that's what I would do. They need to eat up some innings, be able to rest Sheehan and Miller. I do think we're going to get Ryan Pepio back. He was, in Arizona. I saw some video of him from one of the other players, one of the guys down there. So maybe we get him back. And remember, he was really good in spring training. He got hurt second to last game. That's when he started doing bad. Oh, I see. Dodgers need to trade Grado for some 17-year-old Dominican shortstop that no one knows about. Yeah, exactly. Except one that doesn't ride a motorcycle and doesn't have ringworm. I think Paxton would be good for the Dodgers. Possibly, yeah. I always worry about his health. Eduardo Rodriguez, maybe, yeah. I mean, that guy's got some postseason. I mean, I saw Puig hit a 3-run shot off of him that should have evened up the series then. Paxton. Now, the Red Sox, they got to be selling. They really made a huge mistake last year not selling. They got nothing for JD Martinez, and they could have had something from the Dodgers for him. I'm checking just my notifications, see if there's anything from the Dodgers PR about, dang it. See if anything else is going on real quick. We're live, so looks like Dodgers Digest got something on Vargas. Go read, they're called competitors. They're not. Oh, let's see. Okay, let's go. Here we go. Fabian Ardaya. He asked Billy Casperino if the new rules that encourage base stealing had any effect on the value of Kendall George, the fastest player in the draft. A little bit, to be honest, yeah. I think we started adding a little more value to that skill set. George is the perfect fit. Let's see. I didn't get that notification. Gosh darn it. Let's see if there's anything else. I wonder, maybe that wasn't online. Yeah, I mean, so George is signing. That's what we do know. Let's see if there's any. I'm going to look at my other. Dang it. Let's see. I'm going to go my other one real quick over on this other side here, just to see if there's any content we care about. JP. No, nothing. By the way, I met JP Hornstra on Thursday, and what an amazing human being. The dude is just amazing. Super thoughtful. Loves jerseys. That's one reason I talked to him. I said, yeah, I'm the guy with the Aruzable Arabuena. It's actually my son's jersey, but he's fascinated by it. And he's just really a thoughtful man. And if you don't follow JP, you're doing it wrong. And then make sure that, he's got a book out. I need to get that book, The 50 Greatest Games in the Dodgers History. I just don't read books as much. I listen. It's not the same. My eyes just poo. They are poo. Okay. Where'd you guys go? Where's my stream? There it is. Oh boy. Yeah, I like Paxton Rodriguez. We talk about that. Erod, he's hurt again. Dang it. I like trading for Tommy Pham. So I like this one, Michael. So I know he got stabbed at a strip club. I know he slapped Jock Peterson. But the dude's got fire, man. I like the fire. And I'd take him for a song. Just pay his contract and give him somebody that deserves a chance on the in the Dodger organization. Yeah, I think with George, it's tough to judge 18-year-olds in some ways if he's gonna be a slap guy or what. I'm going to go back to a different view here. Let's go to just me, I guess. So we'll see. He's 18, so growing. Like the outing by Michael. I did too. He did really well, except against Shohei. And I think that maybe that last inning he shouldn't have been in. But good for them. Okay, how much leverage do draftees have to determine their signing bonus? This is really it depends. So if they are out of high school and they have a college scholarship waiting for them at a great school, they have a lot of leverage to go, hey, well, and if you don't use your slot, then you lose that amount. So if they don't sign this guy, they lose like $2.3 million in money they can't use now. If you lose a lower one, it's not as big a deal. But to lose a big guy, one of the top guys, that hurts your bonus thing. Now you get the pick again next year, but I don't want to do that. Let's hope this is as good as our last few drafts have been really good. I need to we're transferring our website to a different domain, not domain, but maybe domain eventually too. I probably need to get rid of the word Dodgers out of it. I need a new name. Dodgers 20s, I like it, but I got to get the word Dodgers out of it. I keep getting blocked or shut down by Instagram. Okay. So we'll get to that. So along with this leverage, if you were you played college 4 years and you got no eligibility left, then you have no leverage. Tony Gonsolin drafted in the 9th round in 2016, signed for $2,500. He had no leverage. That sucks. That does suck. 3-year guys, they still have leverage, but that means they go back and then the next year they don't have leverage. So it makes it a little tougher. So it's the high school guys with the most leverage, and they should use it. So that goes how much George could have been taken later. Yeah, they did this. I think they go, there's nobody at our pick that we like. This is me speculating, okay? This is me. They're probably going, we need a guy that's that we can sign. But if we sign a guy that's at our slot, we want to make sure he's worth it, because they're factoring in, every pick 1 through 10. They're trying to get the best guys at the lowest pick in some way, so they can. There's other teams that avoid this. The Dodgers are really good at this. And they go, well, we're going to give this guy a little less, so we're going to draft this guy higher. So Kendall George, they had him ranked 60 in the 60s. Some say even lower. Fine. Dodgers go, no, we like this guy. We want to take him. They talk to him beforehand. This has to happen. They talk to him beforehand, agree. Hey, let's go under slot. So they've agreed upon it. And so they have agreements in place, in my opinion. And I've heard things also, not from players, but from other people. Not with anyone in the organization, but people who've gone through drafts that have dealt with the Dodgers. They want that pick right there, or they want that thing signed, almost signed. So they go, okay, well, we don't like any of these guys, so what can we get at let's just say it's a 1.5. I'm just guessing. And George goes, yeah, I'll do that. And they go, okay, now we've got an extra $800,000 to spend on someone else who might be a little risky, because you know what? My number is, $2 million, but no one wants to take. I'm not. If I don't get $2 million, I'm not going. He's risky. The Dodgers will go, well, we'll take you lower, and we're going to give you the $2 million because we got that extra slot money that we've negotiated with other guys. So, that's my speculation there. Hey, Dave Luna. I do like Eduardo Rodriguez. Yeah, he looks like hidden gem that won't cost the farm. Yeah, but someone mentioned up above he's been hurt again. Yeah. It could have been they already had some knowledge about Geloff. Let's see. Oh, how old was Austin Riley when he got drafted? Geloff seems kind of similar to him. Oh, that's a good freaking comp. Let's take a look. Man. Let's hope so, huh? Man, that would be nice. Let's go. We'll just go MILB. It'll give us the quickest transactions on that. Looks like 2015. He came out of high school, I believe. Yeah. So he came right out of high school. Yeah, give me Austin Riley numbers for sure. But yeah, that's a good comp. Let's hope so with that power. And, Austin Riley was not the best of third baseman just a few years ago, but he's gotten better. He works with Ron Washington. The Dodgers have Dino Weeble. He knows how to work with these guys. I mean, let's be honest. Miguel Vargas has looked good at second base. And, Max Muncy, he's been working better at third. You go out there, and if you're there early enough, you got Dino out there. Excuse me. Ooh, you got Dino out there working with infielders and doing a lot of the same things that Wash does. So, excuse me. But yeah, we Dodgers got a lot of coaches, a lot of good coaches, and just got to make sure Dino stops getting guys thrown out at home. I think we've seen enough of that. Any else going on the Twitter machine here? Here we go. Okay, there's let's see if I can play this. I don't know if you guys can hear it.
The Detroit Tigers have the next pick.
Not a big guy, but he's perhaps the fastest high school player in this draft class. Baseball America had him at 118, MLB.com at 65. He goes at 36 to the Dodgers, Jim.
Yeah, it's a speed guy. You know, I compared Dylan Head, who the Padres took to Enrique Bradfield. This might be an even better comp to Enrique Bradfield because it is another 80 runner. You got some questions about the impact. It's
We'll
back
get to
to
that
ball.
with chilling question.
With the 60th pick of the 2023 MLB Draft, the Los Angeles Dodgers select Jake Geloff, a third baseman from the University of Virginia. The Houston Astros have the next pick.
Well, it's the 21-year-old kid.
I'm excited about Geloff, to be honest with you. We're going to see him pretty quick at Rancho. Okay. Dave Luna, would you call Rich Hill to eat innings? Man, I would call that dude in a heartbeat. He's with the Pirates. He's got to be available. Pirates are going nowhere. Not this year. And I think, yeah, I talked about that a week or so ago. I would love to get Rich Hill. He wouldn't cost much. Just come and eat innings, get a ring. I'd love. I have the greatest of respect for Rich Hill. Which bullpen arms are you looking at the Dodgers potentially getting? Oh man. Whew. I mean, you know, my instant thing is get the old friend Joe Kelly. He would be cheap. They just got to pay for his contract. Yeah, you get Rich Hill for cash. I agree. Same with Joe Kelly. It would cost nothing. I do wonder if Liam Hendriks, first of all, he's got to be healthy, but if he is healthy, is he available? I know he's a favorite. He's gone through cancer and all that stuff, and you know, is he available? It'd be great. I'd love to get Liam Hendriks. More good people. He's a good dude. Let me see. Middleton. Yeah, Middleton throws gas. And there might be some guys from Seattle. I know Seattle's got some arms up there, and they're not going anywhere. I'm going to throw out a name. I don't know if the Angels will do it, but Matt Moore. He's coming back. He's had a really nice year, and he's been really good in relief. So I'd like to see Matt Moore. But yeah, let's get some guys that can strike some guys out. I don't want to be seeing Brewstar in the 8th or 9th. No offense, Brewstar, but you didn't strike out enough guys. Yeah, I'd do it too. You know, is it time for Brewstar to move on? I don't know. Let's see those guys. Man, I don't even know who those guys are, man. What teams are they with? Man, you got me. I follow the Dodgers minor leagues, man. I have to go check out what Doug's saying. But yeah, they're so we do know, you know, one of the great picks last year that was made trades was Chris Martin. That was a great trade. Let's get him back. I don't know what he costs, but he's with the Red Sox, and I'd get him back. Cubs, yeah, Cubs are going to be selling. There's a guy that I'd like to have back. It won't happen, but I'd like to have him back. Oh, the A's. Okay, no wonder I haven't heard. I think to get Cease is going to take. I don't know. You know, that's a good question. I don't remember Cease's contract. Why don't we take a look? Let's take a quick look. Sport Track. And he is, oh, jeez. Got 2 more years. It's going to take more than Diego. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's going to take Diego plus. It'll take a package to get him. And I'm going to be honest, you know, there's it was brought up by Blake Harris, I believe. Even if the Dodgers were to make a huge package for Ohtani, trade 5 of their top 10 or top 5 of their top prospects, they still have more prospects in the top 100 than 17 other teams. This team is loaded. There is the biggest issue that they have that's not directly related to the Dodgers is there's too many good players in this organization and there's not enough room. They do need to make room. And if Ohtani is not available, I don't think he is. I think there's no freaking way that Artie Moreno trades Ohtani to the Dodgers. Now, he may trade him to someone else. He can do that. But he will not be trading Ohtani to the Dodgers.
That's the fact, Jack.
Right? That's not happening. But we'll just get him. Oh, Pavetta, yeah. Vivas, yeah, he's blocked. I mean, a lot of these guys are blocked. Vivas is second baseman, third baseman. He's working into being a third baseman. I trade Vivas, I will cry. I love that guy. He's just the nicest, most respectful guy that's out there, and that's a lot of guys that do that. But he's yep. Yeah, I was talking with my boys today. You know, one's in Florida, one's in Austin, Orlando and Austin, and we're talking about briefly Ohtani and just talking with my youngest, who's the more hardcore, and I just think Ohtani's coming, and I don't give up a darn thing for him, and they're not going to do it anyway. But Artie Moreno I thought was going to be a great owner. He's been terrible. He's just tied up the hands of the GM over pitiful things. He could have had, Andy Paez. Thank you for not doing that back in the day. I'm just checking out real quick there. Sorry, nothing going on the Twitter machine. But yeah. Diego, though, has been coming on, to talk about his struggling. He has been coming on. Tulsa. I should have done this the easier way, but Tulsa Drillers, Diego Cartaya. It's been a rough season for him, I must admit that. But this is actually an improvement. So this year, yeah, it's been a real struggle. The slug's down, everything's down. And I agree with that. I think it does hurt. I don't want to trade. You don't trade a guy when their value's down. And that's why I think Stone doesn't get traded. That's why I don't think maybe even Diego gets traded. Unless some other team's smart. The smart teams ignore some of these things. They go, oh, well, we get it. We understand. So in July, he's hitting 250, coming a little bit better. June, 182. Ooh. 219 in May. 196. So let's hope so. Oh, man. Andy Paez's player comp. Dang. There's improvement. I would have said in some ways a couple years ago, Adam Dunn, just purely based on a lot of strikeouts, a lot of power, low average. I think he turned a corner a little bit. Better discipline at the plate. Still gonna strike out, but but he does also has defensively he has a really good arm. Yeah, he's got a real strong arm. So that's man. He's tough to judge, especially since he's hurt, which is just terrible. Yeah, I am still. Yeah, it is. He had just gotten promoted to AAA. I think he got 1 or 2 games in, and that was it. Just awful, But he'll be back. He'll be back and better than ever. Another guy they probably don't want to trade. And again, smart teams are going to go. We know what they got. We know this guy's good. He's just having a tough go. But I don't think the White Sox are that smart. If they were, they'd be winning. In general, that organization just seems to not. They just can't do it. And I'm trying to think if they have a right-handed hitter that we could use also. And it's not Tim Anderson. I like Tim Anderson, and I think he did a good job in World Baseball Classic at second base. But I don't. Am I giving up something, paying his contract, and then oh, hold on. Okay, I gotta look at that in a second. You gotta pay him money, give up a prospect, and then have him come in and hit 199 or 220 with no home runs and mediocre, bad defense. At least with Miggy Rojas, I got pretty darn good defense, but the same as the rest. Korean Ichiro. Do you remember his name, Michael? Yeah. The Dodgers missed out on the real Ichiro by $1 million back in 2000. $1 million, and Ichiro was ours. Cesar against Kelly Middleton trade deadline be enough to fix the Dodgers pitching concerns? Yeah, I think so. I think Joe is a little questionable sometimes with his health. But you're okay. Lee Jung-hoo. I'm making sure you're not getting me on something. We'll have to look him up. I will. Thanks, Michael. I appreciate that. We need to do a little feature on him sometime. But yeah, you look at if I get someone like Cease and Rodriguez, that's good. I got a 2, maybe even a 1, and then I got a 3 or 4, and it lets me balance out some dudes. And then Kelly Middleton. So Huddy, Daniel Hudson going down again. Oh my gosh. Ugh. I don't know how long he's out, but I did see him walking out of the clubhouse in a brace, so I'm not encouraged. So yeah, that's a bummer. Yeah, I think Rodriguez goes cheap. Yeah, he's going to cost a ton, but you do it. I mean, unless the only if Ohtani's available, that's a different story. But last year I was in favor of Soto of making the move. I would have done it. I think he's that good. And I think he would have thrived more with the Dodgers. And I think he's done really well. He's coming along really well with the Padres finally. His first month was rough, but I think he would have thrived being on a team with Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman and Miggy Vargas, or Miggy Rojas, and Miggy Vargas too, but also with Jason Hayward, guys like that. David Peralta, JD Martinez. These are all big leaguers, real big leaguers with real veteran experience that have good reputations. Versus some of the guys in the Chargers, Freudian slip, Padres clubhouse. I don't want Tatis in my clubhouse. Not as my main guy. He needs some help. Machado's not a leader. They can call him captain. Call him all you want. Doesn't matter. You can call me Mr. Olympia. It doesn't mean Jack, because I'm not Jack. And then they got Bogarts, who's playing selfishly. But he's good, with that injury, and he's playing shortstop. Just selfish. Who's the other big dude? Soto? Yeah, Soto, Machado. Yeah, and then Soto. I think Soto is a good time, Charlie. What's next for May? I think he's done as a starter. Those mechanics they're not it. They've hurt him. They got him. The problem. Here's the problem with his mechanics. They got him to the major leagues. Without those mechanics, all that funkiness, with all that whip and all that stuff that he does, he doesn't make the major leagues. He made it, but now the price is the piper. You got to pay the piper, and the piper is those arm injuries. However, if he can harness that stuff just for an inning every other day, I'll take it. But yeah, he's what, another year's gone. He's going to be back in the middle of next year, maybe. By the way, we got Buehler back next year. Maybe as a bullpen piece in September. I'm not counting on it. I'm not counting on Jimmy Nelson. Things aren't happening there. I think they need the 4 pitchers, the 2 and 2. I think that's what they have to do. If they don't, maybe they know more about Pepio being ready. Who knows? Maybe they're thinking, well, we can get more out of Miller and Sheehan. Maybe they'll bring up another guy. I don't know, River Ryan, or I'm just throwing a name out there. Or no, of course, Landon Knack. God, Landon Knack, man, he was at the ballpark on Thursday when I was there, and I didn't see him. JP Hornstra is asking me, do you know what Landon Knack looked like? Oh, yeah, I met him. He goes, well, if you see him, keep pointing him out to me. And I didn't see him. And he was supposed to be possibly, he was supposed to be possibly, if Brewstar wasn't able to go, then he was going to be activated. But it didn't happen. And when that happens, the Texas scored. I think they I don't know what they did with him. Okay, so Eric McCleary, yes. Yeah, the option Vargas. He'll be back. Yeah, Sasaki, yeah. I think every freaking one of those Japanese guys that are out there throwing 100, they're in the market. I mean, we already know that, they had success. I think they had really good success with Kenta Maeda. They were in on the Otani, and they were going to be in Otani. I don't know if they were the Senga guy, if they were ever in on that. You can't get them all. I think they have to do some balancing on those things. And to go, who's coming next? I've heard, I don't know if this is the case, that Japanese pitchers only want one per team, or at least in one in the rotation. I don't know. See, I don't know if they get Shohei, would Sakaki come, or whoever? Sasaki, who's a guy. I get confused. All these names, I just forget. But we saw what some of those guys could do in the WBC, and very impressive. So get Shohei first. If the rest want to come, that's great. With Vargas, he will be back. I just don't know when. He's got to go find it. We were talking, Eric. I think we kind of, maybe a consensus is we need 2 starters and 2 relievers, just to have enough to cover some innings. If you get now Dylan Cease would be a great one, but if you get let's say a Giolito or Rich Hill, Joe Kelly, was it Middleton? Is it Kendall? Yeah. You get some guys like that, it's gonna make I don't know, the farm's a little bit depleted right now. I would like to see the next guy coming. If they need a starter, that emergency, they got to go with like David Andres or something like that. But I think that they would Dylan Covey him. And Kenyon, yes, thank you, Kenyon. That's why you guys pay me the big bucks. Just kidding. Let's see. No, it was because of the DH. Yeah. It was a waste of time. And he didn't want to be a Dodger because of the DH. But I think he was looking just to see what happened. I bet he regrets that. But I don't know. He's going to be a free agent. He's going to get paid. He's going to be... I get it way over 50%. He's a Dodger. And I'm excited about it. But yeah, I think you get Rich Hill. Eduardo Rodriguez was talked about. That's a good one, but he's been hurt. And like the Dodgers, they pulled Chris Martin out of nowhere last year, so pull him back. I was disappointed when they lost him. I know the Dodgers don't like to pay for relievers, but I think this year they've had terrible luck. That's it. They've had some success with relievers, but this year it's been rough. But it's also been a time. Let's see some more guys keep stepping it up. Vesia has looked better. Good for him. I'm still a Justin Brule guy. Now Victor's gone down the toilet. He's lost his control. Just the location's so off. He's just getting lit. I don't think Otani's not going to impact their salary cap. They're just not going to do that. They got the money. Otani means $1 jillion. I mean, if you go to an Angel game, I don't know, a third of the people have an Otani, and to be honest, a lot of them are Japanese, and I think that'll make a difference. It's going to drive the tickets next year. If they get Otani, season tickets are going to go crazy. They'll raise prices for sure. Yeah, their lowest payroll, lower than the Rays. Jeez. Poverty Dodgers, man. Poverty Dodgers. But, yeah, I think they made some mistakes. I wanted them to sign Canely. Canely's been hurt. Not Canely. Canely. He's been hurt, so probably not worth it, even though I like the guy. And I still think he's a good pitcher. Yeah, Martin was a good pick. Got to get Yancy Almonte back. Back consistent. Yeah. See Dave change his tone a little on Walker coming back. We could see him later. I just remember anytime he's been in the pen, which hasn't been that much, he hasn't been that good. He's a starter. But, even if he comes in and throws 2 or 3 innings, those might be 2 or 3 really good innings. You got to cover 9 innings. And, in a playoff series, you're covering 45 innings or 63 innings plus. Doesn't matter how they're covered. You just got to cover them. So getting some Walker Buehler love in there, even if it's 3 or 4 or something like that, might be worth it. A little piggybacking with Sheehan, Miller, just whatever's going to work. But I worry about the innings limits on all those young guys. They're going to do something. They'll deal with that. Yeah, I agree about him. He really shouldn't come back to spring training. He's got a big payday coming, maybe, or not. Yeah, so this is very true. My friend is an Angels fan, and I go to a lot of games with him. You can tell when it's Otani bump night, and trust me, he'll sell out the stadium. They want him for the marketing alone. Yeah. Otani is a marketing dream. He's the unicorn. There's no one like him. He pitches, he hits, and he does them both really well. He runs really well. He's a good-looking dude. He's very personable. He's very likable. I think Dave is he wants to be optimistic, because I saw his face in the dugout on Thursday when I had my pass. And when he announced the Daniel Hudson injury, he looked like a very sad puppy. And I think he's just tired of all the injuries. It's just driving him nuts. And he's a manager. He can't count on anything this year. I do not see Julio taking a 1-year deal because his agent Scott Boras. He's a pitcher, and his agent Scott Boras. The difference, like with Cody taking a 1 year. First of all, there wasn't much else out there. And second of all, he's not a pitcher. Julio's a pitcher, and pitchers break, and he has to strike. Yeah, I think Boras would have been really happy if he'd have been a free agent after 2022, because he would have gotten 240, something like that, something absurd. He's not getting that after this year. Maybe there's incentives or something. I don't know. Yeah, Walker, who knows about his contract? First of all, he's got to be Walker Buehler again. He's got to be the ace. He's the reason we don't win playoff series. You don't have, and we didn't have a healthy Walker Buehler in 2021. They had abused him by pitching him on 3 days rest. It was absurd, just dumb, and it pisses me off because those guys get hurt. Kershaw, I think, when they started doing that, I don't care if the player wants to do it. You just can't. Don't let him do it. It's not worth it. And Scherzer's arm dying, and Walker going in that Game 6 in Atlanta was just absurd, and they shouldn't have done it. They should have went with a bullpen game and then hope and prayed that Walker, with his extra day, normal day, would have done better. But I think that took a toll on him. So it's upsetting, and it's a mistake. It's just anyone wants to talk about, on the management wants to come talk to me about it and straighten me up, fine, but don't take a guy off his normal when a guy's never done something and all of a sudden you're doing it to him. It was kind of like when they did Evan Phillips, never pitched 3 games in a row, and they put him in that third game, and he wasn't good. And, he'd pitched in a mop-up game because, he's got to get work. Oh, come on, stop that stuff. That doesn't work out. Let the guy pitch when he needs to pitch. Don't force anything. Don't throw guys in 7-0 games, 13-1 games, or whatever they are. Just don't do that when they're Evan Phillips or something like that. It doesn't make sense to me. But then again, I'm the one doing live streams to, 12 concurrent viewers. So, but hey, I appreciate y'all. It looks like, I guess we're probably done. Walker contract. Yeah, I just don't know. He really missed out on a huge payday. He needed that, he needed that 2021 to not get, to be a good one and then not to get hurt again. But he's hurt. He's coming back though. We'll see when. He's the man. Oh, yeah. I thought he was going to close the ninth. Yeah, against the Pirates. Yeah, I thought so too. And then he goes and hurts his knee the next day. That was so awful. It was just, Doc was just devastated. It did look like someone kicked his dog, and I felt really bad for him. We can, and I'm sure we've all had our shots at Doc's coaching strategies, but every manager out there makes things that look wrong to us. But at the end of the day, Doc's a really good human. I like him as a person. It's always that's why baseball's fun, and I don't like to disparage what they call couch coaches. That's part of the fun, is understanding the game and watching the game. Frasso, man. Thank you for bringing him up. I want to just take a look, because last time I saw he was really struggling. Oops, that's Austin. Let's see that's still Austin. How about that Austin Gauthier though? He has done remarkable things. That's a special guy. Is he on any injured list first? Nope. And let's go to the game logs, because his last 2 that I saw were absolutely terrible. Yeah. Oh, okay. July 8th wasn't so bad. Okay, 3.1 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. All right, fine. I see Frasso as a reliever. I do. He's the right-handed Alex Wood is a reliever in my opinion. I haven't seen him really stretch out that much. We had, everything's little bite pieces. I think there's something there. But yeah, I'd like to see him. Let's see, Eric. I think Vargas will be down there until he gets his swing back. I expect it definitely by September, maybe hopefully before. And then Mookie playing second. Hey, he's probably going to keep playing it. I don't know about regularly, but I think against right-handers, he's going to be, Jason Hayward will be in right, and Mookie's going to be either at short or second base. Yeah, I got a weird feeling the Dodgers going to stand pat since team's going to ask for the Tulsa pitchers they really like for B-level pitchers. Hepatitis see you later. You are correct. In terms of what they're going to do. We got River Ryan for Matt Beatty. Oh, Lord. Andrew Friedman should go to jail for that one. That's just theft. And it was beautiful, especially since it happened to the Padres. River's a good one. The guy's got a lot of dog in him. And I expect him to. Why don't they promote? Let's take a quick look at Mr. River Ryan. Strainy's been good. There's just, double A and below. Just, it's so loaded. Just overall, 63. Okay. Thought that we'd see more than that. Oh, wait. What am I doing? Stats. It's being silly. All right. But, Ryan, he could be a reliever right now. I just believe that. Yeah. But yeah, they're not going to go. I don't want to see River Ryan traded for Rich Hill. Let's put it, I love Rich Hill, but let's not do that. I could just shut off my earbuds by here. Hold on. Whoops. I'm killing myself here. Power on. Am I there? Okay. Let's make sure my levels are still good. They are. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I wasn't switching back and forth. Gosh darn it. Looking at the stats, and you guys looking at my mug. Sorry about that. So River, yeah. I like what I see from him. I just can't. It's not showing the full stats on him. It gets a little silly here. But yeah. Let's keep those guys. And you don't give up studs for guys that are going to be leaving at the end of the year unless they're really good. Pirates are always stingy with their trade demands. Thank goodness they were with that was it Vasquez a few years ago, that freaking rapist, whatever he was, you know what he was. He was a SA. Let's see. Yeah, they wanted everything, and they got nothing. They got a guy in jail. Let's see. So you think Bush coming back? I think Bush stays down a little bit longer. I agree with the theory that they might be keeping his value where it's at. I think the only way he comes up is if Max goes down again, and they need him at third. Because I thought he looked good at third. I'd take him there. He's athletic out there, and because Taylor's gonna be the one coming back. The question is, do they go? Now they've got Taylor with his versatility. Let's dump Johnny, Hony, more Shoni, Yoni. Keep getting his. I asked him what his name, and it's tough for me. But yeah, we maybe they bring Bush up then. I don't know, but they need some more right-handed sticks. I want to see Johnny DeLuca play a little more, even against a couple righties. It'd be nice. Give the olds a day off. All right, it is. Oh gosh, it's late. I need to get off. I pause. I appreciate everyone. It was a really good chat tonight. It was really fun, and I need to go look at some. I need to go look more about the Korean Ichiro. I'm excited about that, and I want the Dodgers to go get them now. All right, so thanks everyone. Yeah, I agree. I think he looks good at third. Yep, I think he looked better than Muncy. All right. that's it, folks. Thank you again. This is I think, my best performing stream. We'll do something soon, definitely before the All-Star break ends. That's for sure. We're gonna be bored. All right, thanks everyone, and we will talk to you later. Whew.